Good evening, everyone. So today's topic that we are going to discuss in this video is about one-day workshop of UGC NET and JRF in law and the last minute preparation leave as the examination is on 18th of June for law subject. So we will be discussing about paper 1 and paper 2 both in brief, but especially for paper 2, that how do we go with the syllabus at this particular moment if we have started very recently, especially for them. So first of all, what, how, and why of NET JRF. So in this, I would like to tell you that we are targeting NET and JRF both first thing. We are not just targeting NET. So the marks that you are targeting is not just 200 marks just to get NET or 180 marks, but we are targeting at least more than 210. Around 220 we should be targeting at least. And if you are focused and if you have prepared a little bit before, so you must be targeting around 230 because the cutoffs are very high nowadays because of the competition. So that's why don't target less marks. Second, if you are targeting NET and JRF, the most important part is you will not be targeting just paper 2, but both paper 1 and paper 2. Why? Because if you are targeting paper 2 only because that is your subject, it will not get you JRF at all, because for JRF, paper 1, at least 70 above marks is required. Minimum 70 plus marks is required, which is not very difficult to get, because if you are able to do 35 questions around, which is right, then you will be easily be getting 70 plus marks. So that should be your target for paper 1. And for paper 2, because that is your subject, that is what you have done for 5 years or 3 years, so that is your subject. So out of 10 units which are given over there, there will be few topics which you are already knowing, or you must be you must have read during your college times, and you just have to go through it. Because for example, some of you must have done criminal honors or consti honors, so for them those subjects will be stronger point. So you don't have to focus more upon those, but on the other parts. So that is how you will be focusing on the units and the syllabus at this moment if you are starting now. Then next point given over here is the major topics must be covered first, because majorly what happens is at the last moment people start focusing on the minor topics like NGT or the Competition Act or the IT Act. These are the topics which are given over there, which are full act. If you start focusing on the full act right now, it will be like just time consuming, nothing else. It will consume a lot of time, and there are only 1 or 2 questions asked in the examination, which will not give you either NET or JRF. So that is not a right thing to do at this moment. So don't go behind those small minor acts. Okay, if you have time at the last, just read the what is the name of the act, when the act came, what is the purpose of the act, and how many sections are there, and how many chapters are there. That is enough, which will take only 10 minutes for you to go through that minor act. So just give those 10 minutes to all those minor act. Don't give much time, because if you start reading whole act, it will just consume your time, nothing else. It will not give you, even if you are right in your examination for those questions, it will just give you 4 marks, which will give you nothing. So just focus on the major parts. Now, what major parts? For example, in the examination, as per the previous trend, what I have analyzed is, for example, constitution, jurisprudence, criminal law. These topics are the most asked questions from these topics. So you have to do these topics for sure. You cannot skip these topics. You cannot skip these units, because these units will be going to fetch you the most of the marks. So you have to focus on that. So for example, I have given this 3 topics and also torts, contract law. These are the subjects which you will just skim once and you will be done with it. So these are the topics which should be your strong point, like torts,
Ma'am,
contract. Yes.
as far as criminal law is concerned, which subject should we focus more? For example, there are 3 major acts: CRPC, IPC, and evidence. So, as per the previous year questions, which subject should we target more? For example, if I'm focusing on criminal laws, if I'm focusing on CRPC, then what happens is most of the time is utilized in CRPC only because it's a vast subject. So there is less time for IPC and evidence. So what should be the approach so that we can focus on all three? And do you have any suggestion as to which subject should we focus more?
Yes, if you go through the syllabus from the UGC NET examination once, you will get to know that only IPC topics are given in the syllabus, nothing else. And from the
Right.
IPC also, only few topics have been mentioned in the syllabus. Only those topics has to be done. Now, for example, crime against human body, crime against property, crime against state. These are the main topics which are given in the syllabus, which you have to cover. Now, how you have to cover, I'll be dealing with all of that, that how at this moment, how you will be going through just for the purpose of this examination. We are not going to study those subjects for our knowledge or for any other examination, just for this examination. So there is a trick how you will be able to like consume least time and cover most of the marks in the examination, because our target is not knowledge, not study, not subject, nothing. Our target is just marks and net. That should be your focus, nothing else. So this is the first thing that I wanted to tell you. Now, when we go through the syllabus, now come to the syllabus of law. So for law, as I have told you that jurisprudence, constitution, these are the topics which are the most important. So this is the syllabus. This is just syllabus. This is just the syllabus of the examination that I have covered over here. You have to see the syllabus and what are the most important parts from the syllabus. Like you can see there are total 10 topics given over here. Just a second. Yes. So total 10 topics are given over here, but all these 10 topics are not important. All right. So first of all, you will see that nature and sources of law is given over here. This
Ma'am,
is,
we are not able to see the next slide. We are on the same slide.
yeah, but can you see the sketch, pen use, etc.?
No, no, we are not able to see that also.
Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, yes, now it's visible.
So these are the 10 topics which you can see over here. And from these 10 topics, you don't have to do all of them in depth, first of all. Okay.
Ma'am, we are not able to see those 10 topics.
Oh, okay.
We are on the same slide, but the sketch pen is working.
Wait.
Now it's visible. Now it's visible.
Okay. So this is the first topic is the nature and source of law. Right? So this is the important part. Okay? You can mark this important because most of the question are asked from which schools and who has said what about jurisprudence. There are various definition given about jurisprudence, what is jurisprudence, by various thinkers and there in the book. So you have to do those definition first of all, because question are asked that who gave this definition. The definition will be given in the question, and who have given that definition, that will be asked over there, right? So and for that there are various thinkers and there are various charts that you can make for that purpose to understand various definition and also to remember those definitions, right? Then the school of jurisprudence. For the school of jurisprudence, it is the most important part because there are various schools, as you know, like the natural school, then sociological school, then historical school. So these schools, what you can do is you can make a chart about all the school, for example, the first school, the second school, the third school, and then you can mention over here that what has been said about this school under this head. For example, Bentham said something, you can write over here and what he said. Then, for example, in the sociological school, for example, Henry Mann has said something, you can write over here. So like this, you can make a whole chart, and from that chart, you will be able to memorize it, because if you'll see like at the last moment of the examination, just open that sheet, see once, and then you will be able to answer the question. Even if you are not knowing the answer of the question, you will be able to eliminate from the question. So that is also very important, because always you will not be knowing the answer. But even if you are knowing that what have been given in the statement, and you know that, okay, this is something from the sociological school, because this cannot be said in a natural school. So if you are able to identify even that part, then also you will be able to answer the question, because in the answer there will be some thinkers from the analytical school and some thinker from the sociological school. So from that also you will be able to identify that. So that is a very good trick in jurisprudence, because generally we are very scared of this topic, jurisprudence, because there's a lot to remember and memorize. But this trick will definitely be helping you. So these two topics are the most important and the most asked ones. Then law and morality. In law and morality, there is a debate of Hart and Fuller. From that debate, there are few points which you can just write in that debate in one sheet, and then you will be able to just go through that while revising that, and you will be able to answer the question. There are question asked which is repetitive from this topic especially. There have been so many times this question has been asked from this Hart and Fuller debate. Just a second. So for example, I can show you how I have done it. For example, in the analytical school, there is a thinker known as Hohfield. You might have heard of him. And Hohfield have given a topic which is jural correlatives. Okay, which is important part, jural correlative. So now you have to do jural correlative, because there are questions asked from that. Now, how will you do that? Because it is so lengthy given in the book. So how you will do is, you will just make a chart. How the chart is made, I'm just giving you examples so that other topics also you will be doing it on your own. For example, he has talked about the rights, duty, privilege, no right. Then he has talked about power, immunity, liability, and disability. So these are total 8 concepts given, and in the question you will be given any one of them, and you will be asked that which is the jural correlative of this particular term. So how that is answered is, so just remember then that when there is a right, the jural correlative will be no right. When there is a duty, it's your duty to do something towards someone, so that someone will have the privilege of that, because you are having a duty towards that person, so that person is having the privilege which he will be getting from you. So that is the opposite basically, that the other person will be having. When you have a right, the other person will not have right. When you have a power, that means that you have a power to do something which will, in the opposite, that will be a disability for someone else, because that person will not be able to do something just because you have a power to do something. Then if you have a liability and immunity, that is also the opposite. So how this will be remembered, this whole jural correlative, how this will be remembered, you can make, for example, the short terms that we use for memorization. For example, what I have done is RD, like this. And you can use these words, just remember this. You can remember it in any manner. For example, you can make your own line. For I, for example, P, PI, RPPI. DNLD. And just remember this, then you will be able, for example, the question is asked, you can just make this chart from these terms and you will be able to answer this. So this is just an example how I have done it. You can see over here. This is my note. Visible?
Yes, ma'am.
This is just an example that I'm giving you. This is my notes total for jurisprudence, only this much. This is my full note for jurisprudence in around 12 to 15 pages.
मजा है हमारा लगा है नहीं लगा इधर देखो कूलर अपना
Please
देखती
mute
रहना
yourself.
हमारे को लगा बड़ा तो बताना वरना भी गिरने लगेगा 2 सेकंड में
For example, these are the people who have given certain definition. For example, Austin has talked about general and particular. So I have written this like this. So these are the things that I have mentioned in my notes. So this is just examples so that you can also use these things in the last minute preparation, because right now you will not be able to do the full notes, full-fledged notes. So this is the example how you can make it. So yes, apart from that, the topics which you can see from here, the rights, duty, the legal personality, property, ownership, concept, and liability, and these 3 topics too you can skip. I'm not saying this is not important, but there are only 1 or 2 questions asked in the last 5 years from these last 3 topics. So don't focus on this at this particular moment. 8, 9, 10 topic, you can just skip if you have not done it yet. Till 7, from 4th to 7th, just do PYQ. That is more than enough for these 4 topics. What are rights? What are duties? For that also you can do who has said what about rights, who has said what about duty, and who has said what about ownership and possession. That is enough at this moment. If you have not done anything till now, just do the schools, the name of the people who have said something, most important things, and then PYQ. That is more than enough. Don't waste more than around 2 to 3 hours for this topic. Then constitutional and administrative law. So now this is in itself is so vast subject and topic. It take the whole honors to complete the whole constitution. So it is not expected from you to know all of the constitution, all of the case laws, but it is just expected that you know what are the important articles, what are the landmark judgments, and what are the important procedure that as a law student you must be knowing. So you have done that during your law course. You just have to revise those topics. Even if you have a BEAR Act and you have an understanding of those topics, just go through the BEAR Act. That will also be enough. BEAR Act plus PYQ, that will be enough. For these topics, for example, the preamble. For preamble, there are so many questions, like even in the CLAT times also, there were so many landmark things that were given in the CLAT preparation also. The most important terms, for example, secular sovereign, the series, how it is written, how JLEF we have learned. So all of those basics from the preamble, it is expected from you to learn. Then whether preamble is a part of constitution or it is not a part of constitution, the case laws for that, those are important. Then fundamental rights. Now, fundamental rights, you can do it in 15 days also. You can do it in 5 days also. You can do it in 2 days also. Here we have less time. So what we can do is we will just go through what are the articles. For example, Article 14, right to equality is there. Then in that, there are 2 types: equality before law, equal protection of law, which is positive, which is negative. Who has talked about it? That is important. Then what is the classification that we are talking about under 14? Reasonable classification, and what are the case laws for that. That is enough for Article 14. Then 15, 16, reservation. For reservation article, all the provisions are important. which provision has been added, clause 5, clause 6, which have been added later on, through which amendment it was added, which was the case after which it came, which was the case in which it was challenged. Those are important from 15 and 16. Those things are important. So you have to know what are the provisions. You can just read the Bare Act, remember those points, that is enough. Then in which amendment it was added, that is required. What are the most important case laws for 15, 16, that is important. And the recent one, there are few recent cases under 15 and 16 in the past 2-3 years. Those cases are important. So if you are aware of it, well and good. If you are not, just Google it, just know the name, that is enough. You don't have to do the analysis of the case law, that is not required. You are just required to know the name of the case and for what topic the case was, that is sufficient, nothing else. Then the duties, just skim through all the duties which are listed over there, that is sufficient. Then DPSP, there are many DPSP, but just go through all the articles and the heading, that is all. Nothing else is required, just the article and the heading, that's all at this moment.
माइक लगाया है?
So this topic, the first topic which is given over here, which is preamble, fundamental right, and DPSP, is the most important part, and which is it is also something which you have done so many times during your CLAT preparation, during your LLB course, even after LLB. If you have done any preparation, you have done this a lot of time. So this is the most important and the most like we have done it for the most of the time. Then union state executive interrelation, union and state legislature interrelation. So these topics you cannot do the complete part from the MP Jain and VN Shukla right now. That is not possible for you to do right now. So for these topics, just Bare Act, nothing else. Apart from Bare Act, you are not required to do anything. Bare Act also, you are not required to do all the articles. You just required to know that what are the part of legislature, who has the power, who is the president, how the president is elected, what is the process, what is the qualification, what is the disqualification condition, that's all. So only those parts which you have been hearing a lot of time, even also in your day-to-day life, those topics are only important. Not the detailed one, not the detailed procedure, nothing is asked on that. Just go through PYQ, you will know that no question are asked from the detailed of these union and state legislature and executive. Only the basic and bare minimum question are asked. So don't give much time to these topics. It will just consume a lot of time. Just skim through all of these once, that's all. For judiciary also, what is the structure basically you are required to know. What is the structure? What is the judicial appointment procedure? Who has the power, etc. All of that, like Supreme Court, High Court, and who has the power, president has power, how much power, that's all. That is what you are required to know. This is also important, but only there are 3 articles are there. Just know what are the 3 articles and go through all the clauses which are given under those articles. That's all. If there are any case law, landmark case law, you know, that's all. So until these 5 topics, you can do from the Bare Act. Okay? Bare Act also only the most important part. Just some articles, just go through the heading, that's all. Don't make notes. Don't sit and make notes for these articles. It will just consume time. It will not give you anything. This topic you can skip. Only one question have been asked in last 2 or 3 years. Only 1 or 2 questions have been asked from this topic. You can just skip it. Election Commission of India. Just the articles, the structure, the composition, how it is made and how it is given under the constitution, that is important. Administrative law, if you are aware of this, if you are aware of this, then you can do it. Otherwise, you can skip this also. If you have less time and if you are not aware of this, you just understand what is admin law and these grounds. And what are the 3 principles of natural justice which are given over here? The rule against bias and everybody should be heard. So those maxims and what is natural justice, that is enough. Don't read all the cases of the grounds. There are 100 of cases given in the book. That is not possible right now to complete. Now, law of crimes. In the law of crimes, these are the topics given over here, but how you are going to complete all these topics at this moment. So, for example, the first two topics which are given over here is, for example, the general principles and the abatement, criminal conspiracy and attempt. So there are so many sections given in the IPC. For all, just go through the preface, the introduction, the preface of the BEAR Act, in which all the sections are given. In that, you will be able to see the chapters for these, like general exception of offenses against human body, offenses against state and terrorism. There are chapters given over there. If you do not have much time, from I'll say from the topic number 4 to topic number 9, all the questions that are asked in examination is just section based, and the most landmark judgment, that's all. Section based means, for example, offenses against women is given over here. So in that, for example, if there are so many amendments made in 376, so you have to know what is A, 376 A, B, C, D, D, A, D, B, whatever given over there, you have to know all those and under which amendment it has been added. That is important, that's all. You don't have to read in between the lines from the BEAR Act. You just have to know. They are just expecting that you know that where these provisions are given and what are the provisions, that's all. They are not expecting you to know the in between to understand what is given under the lines. So that is only important. So
Do we need to read the new sections or the earlier act? Like the new act has
no,
come, so
as per
do we
the
need to?
syllabus, the syllabus are not updated yet, so only these topics are asked. Torts and consumer protection. Over here also torts, we have done it so many times, the types of torts and the case laws of torts, the absolute liability, the strict liability, we have done it so many times. So just 2 hours of I would say 1.5 hours of good study, productive study would do this chapter completely, because these topics we have done so many times. We also remember the name of the case law. So just go through these topics once. This is most important because you will be easily able to answer the question in the examination from this chapter, especially torts. Consumer Protection, Motor Vehicle Competition Act, these topics, only 1 or 2 questions asked from each. That is also not very sure. Sometimes it is asked, sometimes it is not even asked. So don't waste time on these 3 topics that you have not done these 3 topics. That's why you are studying for the whole day this Consumer Protection Act. That is not required. That would not give you anything. Complete the torts, complete the major parts. At the end, if you want, you can do that. Otherwise, just know that what is Consumer Protection Act, what is the amendment which has been made, when the amendment was made, and what are the major changes which has been brought under the amendment. Like, for example, mediation has been brought, and there have been questions asked about mediation from Consumer Protection Act in the previous year. So you just have to know that if you are covering these portion. Otherwise, you can skip also if you are sure about the major parts that you are doing. You can also go to the YouTube channel, and you can also search for these minor acts. Some of the minor act I have also covered it on the YouTube, so you can read from there also. In the commercial law, you'll be scared by seeing the syllabus, because there's so much given over here in this particular chapter, because contract is just a part. After contract, there is sale of good, there is partnership, there is negotiable instrument, there is company law. But I would assure you that if you are clear about the contract part, there will be very few questions which will be asked from the other topics. Contract is the most important. Most of the question will be covered from the contract only. The sales of goods, the partnership, negotiable. These 3 minor acts which are given over here are important, but not that important that you give 2 days or 3 days. If you have less time, and if you are just focusing on the major parts, then you can skip these 5, 6, and 7 topics. Only 1 or 2 questions are asked in the examination. So if you are if you are sure about the contract, for example, so just go through what is Sales of Good Act and the major, most important 5 to 6 points about the Sales of Goods Act. That's all. Watch any good video, not just mine, any good video from the YouTube you can watch for the act. when you are traveling or when you are doing anything, like you are doing something, just put the earplugs and just hear whatever has been said in the YouTube video. That would do for these minor acts. You don't have to study the whole act whole day. Family law. This is very confusing topic. This chapter, it is very easy but very confusing. It is not difficult to understand this, but there are so many things given in the syllabus. The divorce theories in different religion. So, Muslim, the Muslim law, there are so many theories given, there are so many topics given, and there are so many grounds. There are so much, and it's very confusing for Muslim law, especially. So, for family law, you can also follow the chart and diagram technique to remember those bifurcations. If you are doing the family law part, you can start with the sources and school, but don't give much focus in the sources and schools. This is important, but not that important. Focus on the dissolution of marriage under different religion. Hindu, the grounds of dissolution under Hindu Marriage Act and under Muslim, those are important. The divorce and the theories of divorce, that is important. Then live-in relationship, there are few landmark judgment in the past years, recent past years, so that is important. Then for recognition of foreign decrees. This is a very small topic, so you can cover this. Sometime one question is asked from this topic, this fifth topic. This is very small topic. So if you are done with all the other topics, then you can do this. Otherwise, you can skip this. Then Dar and Sridhan, what is the difference? What is maintenance? 125, the important judgment of 125, the series of judgment. For family law, the series of judgment is very important with year. Okay, because the series, the chronological order is asked in the question in examination. So you have to know the landmark judgment and the years, even not the exact year. You should be knowing that which came first and which came second, so that you will be able to answer the chronological question. Then adoption, guardianship. This is also important for from Hindu and Muslim both laws. Then succession, inheritance, this is also important. Will, so this is basically every topic is important, but you can choose some topic which you want to do and some topic which you don't want to do, because this is very lengthy. This is time consuming. This is a lot of time consuming thing. So you can choose some parts which you are fine with, or you have studied before, or which it is easy for you to understand. Other than that, you cannot cover this complete chapter in this particular time period. Completely, you will not be able to cover. So either cover marriage, dissolution, and maintenance, towers, Sridhan. So just give a bare reading of all of that. Don't go into deep. Just have a basic understanding of everything, so that you will be able to answer the question. Our goal is to answer the question. Environment and human rights law. Here, environmental law, I have covered in my video, so you can refer that. I have just covered these important topics. What is the definition of environment, environment pollution, then the conferences which are there. So this will help you in paper 1 and paper 2 both. Then the constitutional framework, what are the constitutional provision from which the environmental law came. Then EIA, then NGT. NGT, from NGT, there are questions asked, so you can cover this, not the complete thing, but the how many chapters are there, what are the important case laws which happened under NGT, then what is, whether it is administrative body or quasi body, then when is the enforcement date. There have been questions asked in the previous year, when is the enforcement date of NGT, how many chapters are there, how many schedules are there. There's a schedule under NGT where there's a list of acts given for which NGT works. For example, air pollution, then water pollution,